Ana matana mu. Ana dai ni mo odi. Status yana. Hata sijaona, hebu nione. Sijaona, sijaingia huko. Hata sikuoni maji. Hauja update. Ai, alisija kusave. Mimi nimeview photo zako zote. Si nimeview kila kitu. Maraibu ngai. Aibu ngai pi. Ya. Network yako ni mbaya. Juniors. Ya, nada. Dalala. Ama nilala asubuhi. Wapi? Mimi nilisikia ndakwambia. Halo Dada. Halo Dada. Halo Dada. Oh. Nanaro wapi? Nanaro. Oh. Sawa na hiyo. Kaongea. Sawa, leo sio. Uganda nyongwe. Uganda.
Bit mbaya.
I can never remember how to perfectly format my citations.
Just click Get Citation, and you'll have a.
All right, so you've seen the unboxing. Now it's time for the breakdown. What is using the Apple Vision Pro actually?
Let's pause. Wait for the sound. For the sound. For the sound. For the sound. Thanks.
Like? This is easily one of Apple's craziest, most radical, possibly dystopian.
Using Apple Vision Pro, what is actually like? Technology is moving very fast. Very, very fast. Very fast. So let's come with audio. Earphones.
Products of all time, and I have a lot of thoughts here.
So at least now I can listen to an audio. So mbona hii Apple Vision lately imekuwa ikitrend. Chariot, punguza kidogo, niko live. Punguza kidogo tu. Kidogo tu. So lately mbona hizi Apple Vision zimekuwa zikitrend. And for me, technology, I love technology as long as it helps and it helps and improve life and all that stuff. But sasa technology every year or every decade it inakuwa advance is very risky to us. Just let's check this. Apple Vision Pro. For me, I'm a typical African. There's a typical African in me. That typicalness in me. Before nianze kutumia vitu kama hizi, back off kwanza niangalie. Huwezi tu tumia kitu juu watu wengi ama watu wengine wanatumia. You see how Alcoin ilikuja, takes your biometric, iris, whatever. You see, just because of money. Na the way Apple Vision ndio imetokea, niliona vile msi anafanya anaihold, inachukua your facial recognition, your biometric face, whatever, and all that stuff. So able to
here. Like, I've been using it for about a week now. There are some parts of this thing that are absolutely incredible and some other parts that feel weird or borderline unfinished. There are all kinds of new technologies, from a new operating system to...
So tukienda nyuma,
infrared eye. There are all kinds of new
tukienda nyuma, like, hey, it's so cool. You feel like you want to use it, but let's take time. Okay. Kwanza hapo mi kenye ilinibona hii Apple Vision is that how it scans your face and just duplicates the same you. Hold on.
Technologies from a new operating system to infrared eye tracking to virtually reconstructed versions of you. I feel like
I'm checking. Like, that's the same guy.
infrared eye tracking to virtually reconstructed versions.
Look at that guy. But the year of 2030, 2040, I think AI are capable of making someone duplicate like you, just maybe like you, come down, and maybe it will be using that image or information that you are, maybe to scam others or to do something weird. But I pray it doesn't involve harming people, destroying lives. For me, if you have money and you want to buy an Apple Vision Pro, please wait. Just wait. Take it easy. Just take it easy.
Versions of you. I feel like there are so many actually new things that you have to understand in order to get a sense of what this headset actually is and what it does. So I'm going to break this down into two parts. This video is all about using the Vision Pro. It's everything I've learned from the past week of wearing and getting used to this thing every single day. But I'm also working on a more wide-ranging, possibly more existential review video. But let's just start with the more hardware fundamentals, right? Like, what is this thing that I'm holding, literally? Apple Vision Pro, at its core, well, it is a VR headset. Now, Apple would never say that, and they probably won't like that I'm saying that word. You know, I made an entire video about why they refuse to use those words, and they're calling it spatial computing instead. We'll get there. But the truth...
Spatial computing. What's the difference? You know, VR or whatever kind. Just because it's a phone.
The truth is, it's a really, really, really high-end virtual reality headset. It's something we've seen before, right? It's got displays and lenses and speakers and fans and buttons, and this is a form factor. This is a thing that we have seen before. But before I even turn this thing on, there are clearly several things that are a little different about this one. So first of all, it's made of metal. Lots of metal and glass here, which are high quality but heavy materials, relatively speaking. So there's this precisely machined aluminum frame around the outside. And yes, those are intakes for fans at the bottom and then vents for those fans at the top. On the right side, there's your digital crown that can be pressed in or turned. And then on the other side is just a single larger button. So kind of basically the same two buttons as an Apple Watch. And then when you get a little further back on this band here, these little pods with downward facing grills, these are speakers, which are pointed straight at your ears and work surprisingly well. Though, of course, it also means that people around you can hear a little bit of what you're hearing. There's a little bit of bleed. And I have a lot to say about spatial audio, so stay tuned for that. But the main event is at the front. There is an enormous piece of glass, which, yes, is very easy to fingerprint.
Did you heard about Elon Musk, about his shipping stuff on the air? And that is one guy who said AI is far more dangerous than what. Yeah. But he himself anataka kuimplant some chip kama the but the guy was willing and he was paid a lot of money. But for me, I wouldn't recommend, even how much you pay me to put a chip on my head. I think maybe it's sharper too. I'm not a fan of Apple phones. I really love Samsung. Yeah. Mimi ni chapara tu simu fiti. people. This thing of wearing headset, looking like a scenery from another planet. Hey, you're right. Anyway, hii kitu inaweza access M-Pesa.
Print and smudge. And then behind that thing, there's this outward facing OLED display and a bunch of sensors all the way around. Outside facing sensors that go forward, sideways, and straight down. There's depth sensors, infrared illuminators, LiDAR scanners, and just regular old RGB cameras, all being processed by an M2 chip and an R1 chip inside this thing. And then maybe the craziest part, inside the headset, there are a bunch more sensors facing your eyes, tracking your eyes in real time for all the eye control and everything that comes with that, and also then to display a representation of your eyes on the outside of the headset. Kinda, we'll get there. But overall, when you put it all together, you get a very well-made, very high-end, but also pretty heavy.
Hii kitu hizi cost currency amazing sense zote. Because what I think with these sensors they have rays or radiation. So what effects will someone have by wearing these maybe 2 years or 5 years to come? Think about the effects. Let's continue.
The computer to wear on your face. So officially, this headset with this solo knit band, when I weighed it, showed up as 638 grams, which some of you on Twitter have already pointed out is actually slightly less than the plastic medical
How much is this thing?
Quest Pro. But that Quest Pro also has a lot of battery on the back of your head as a sort of a counterbalance. So the weight distribution is very different. Also, the Quest Pro is not that comfortable anyway. But the point is, this, for Apple, made the choice of taking the battery off of the headset, which means, okay, now there's nothing on the back of your head, so you can wear it and lean up against things, and that might be an upside, but that also now means you have to deal with this cable all the time running up to your head, and the fact that it's very front-weighted now. All of the
Get your domain today at GoDaddy. Ready to take your idea?
weight is on the front of your face. So this is the battery, as you saw in the unboxing. If you haven't already seen the unboxing, that just went up. I'll link it below the like button. But this battery is a surprisingly small 3,366 milliamp hours. I say surprisingly small because a normal battery bank of this size, you might expect to be 10, 15, 20,000 milliamp hours. I suspect there's a lot of heat insulation happening here. But it comes with a non-removable 4-foot cable and a proprietary connector at the end of the cable that will twist and lock to the headset. And so the lock is really solid. It makes sense that it's not just straight USB that could get disconnected easily. Once you connect it, it starts glowing and then it starts booting up. And there's even a little Apple logo that displays on the outside screen while it takes, a little under a minute to turn on. So there is no on or off button or switch anywhere on this headset, maybe kind of like AirPods Max, something like that. So if you ever take the headset off and put it down, it will enter a standby mode after some time, but it won't turn off. If you want to turn it off, you literally have to twist and unplug the cable. That's the only way to actually turn the headset off. Now, famously already, the battery life with this included battery is not super long on this headset. 2 to 4 hours is actually realistic for what you can expect for just like this built-in battery. But that's also kind of right in line with a lot of other VR headsets. Battery life on VR headsets is not that great in general. If you do want to use it longer, the only way to do that is there's a USB-C port on the battery, and you have to plug the battery in. So you could plug the battery into the wall for infinite battery life, or I guess you could plug it into you could daisy chain another battery into the other pocket or something for even longer life, but yeah, 2 to 4 hours. Now, at first, it seemed weird to me that the port is on the same side of the battery as the non-removable cable, but I think it's because they just want you to default to putting this battery in your pocket, probably in your back pocket. So even if it's plugged into the wall, it can still be in your back pocket. You're just gonna wanna get a longer USB-C cable. So there are no controllers that come with this headset. Now, it does support other input methods that are like game controllers and mouse and keyboard, and those can be incredibly useful. But by default, the primary input method for everyone using the Vision Pro is your eyes and your hands. So the first time you put on this headset, it goes through this calibration process, and it's pretty interesting. So the first time you ever put it on, it first adjusts the distance between the lenses, physically moving them inside the headset to match the distance between your eyes.
Too much. Right. Yeah, I think you have to take it slow. This cool release technology. Actually, it costs around from $3,499 or $2,091 per month for 12 months. Footnote. Whatever. That's all I had for today, but I'm a bit tired. This tonic issue. You can tell me about, if you have time, comment about what you think about this Apple Vision Pro, and we shall come back tomorrow and continue. Have a good night, guys.